Welcome back to DBD Sports Show. Let's give it a round of applause. We got a lot to talk about today. We're going to start off with some unfortunate news from the game, the Denmark versus Finland game. Christian Eriksen actually went into cardiac arrest in the middle of the game and passed out. And it was a very scary situation. Scary for all of the fans, scary for all of his teammates. Mm-hmm. Thankfully, he's doing better now, but
I think he's stable now.
Yeah, he's stable now. But
luckily, there's medical personnel.
That's a very scary situation, especially just the fact that he was playing for his country and stuff. To happen there is very scary. But hopefully, it's great that he's doing better now, and hopefully, he makes a full recovery.
Yeah, so basically, this game, it was just the Euro Cup opener, which is just the European Cup. He plays for, Denmark. They were going against Finland. All of a sudden, normal game. I think it was 63 minutes into the game, 68, whatever. Mm-hmm. It's a throw-in. He gets thrown the ball. He gets thrown the ball from his teammate, and all of a sudden he just collapses on the ground. And all of his teammates, all you see, they're just flagging over everything, everybody. So nobody knew what happened, and he was dead. Yeah. He was dead. They had to resuscitate him. They brought him back to life. Now in stable condition at the hospital, thankfully. But it's just so scary because it's these athletes, not even just soccer or football, whatever you call it. All of these pro athletes are some of the most fit people in the world. And for him to basically die on the field and luckily be brought back to life. Because most of the time when you have cardiac arrest, we were just talking about it before the show, it's mostly fatal. He got very lucky, and he's one of the healthiest people that there are. And this it just goes to show it could happen to anybody. Right. So it's very, very scary. Brady, you want to lead off with the next one?
NBA playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want me to just talk about what my favorite team is, or just
just go whatever. Do what you think.
Okay, so we got the 76ers are up on the Atlanta Hawks 2-1. The Nuggets are up 3-0. They're playing right now. They're most likely going to sweep the Nuggets. The Jazz is up 2-1. They just lost last night to the Clippers. Mm-hmm. And then we have that is it for today.
The Nets and the Bucks 2-2.
2-2.
Who do you guys
tied up today?
So, Philly and Atlanta, I really do think Philly will probably win.
Yeah,
but do you think there's any way that Atlanta can bring it back?
Injuries to Embiid, because Embiid isn't fully healthy, and he seems like he's very injury prone, right now specifically.
Yeah. Atlanta won, game one?
Yeah.
Did they win game one? And then they just went 0-2 now?
They got beat by a lot in both games since.
And what about Utah and the Clippers? Utah Jazz and LA Clippers.
I mean, honestly, the Clippers are the better team. They're just not playing like it.
Mm-hmm. So, because like Brady was saying, Utah's up 2-1.
Yeah.
Best of 7.
Yeah. The Clippers did play good.
They played good yesterday.
Yeah. Paul George and
if Paul George can play like that, they should make an easy trip to the finals. But unfortunately, Paul George doesn't always play like that.
I feel like it's more on Paul George than it is on Kawhi.
Yeah, we know Kawhi is going to
because if Paul George goes off, it takes the load off Kawhi, and then he can go off.
Then it's just too easy for him. But
for the Phoenix Suns and the Denver Nuggets, we might be seeing the team coming out of the West. The Phoenix Suns might be the team that comes out of the West.
That's who I
is there any chance the Nuggets can at least make a run to come back, or come back at all?
Maybe win a game for respect. But that's why I definitely feel bad for the Nuggets, because having Jamal Murray out there is a huge difference, especially
Michael Porter Jr. is going
did last year in the playoffs.
Yeah, especially what he did last year, and Michael Porter Jr. improved. So
Aaron Gordon,
it could have been, and they added Aaron Gordon, so it could have been a whole different team. It's pretty unfortunate.
They're a really good team, but it's just they just got unlucky.
Yeah, for the Suns, I feel like. Everyone talks about Booker and Paul, but I feel like DeAndre Ayton has made
he's been doing really good.
Yeah.
He made a huge
because he actually usually doesn't play very good, but this playoffs
he's been
doing great.
Boards,
this is what his second year.
Yeah,
this is his second year.
Second year, yes.
Yeah.
And then what about the Nets and the Bucks? The almost said Buccaneers. The Milwaukee Bucks just tied the series 2-2 against the Nets. The Nets won 2. Now the Bucks just won 2. Both won at their home. Is this gonna go 7?
It's not supposed to, but it all depends on the injuries of Kyrie and Harden.
If it goes 7,
so what exactly happened to Kyrie today?
Kyrie sprained his ankle. I think landing after a shot attempt, he landed on Giannis's foot.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but it didn't come back clean. So
I feel like it just looked a lot worse than it was. They're probably just being extra cautious.
Did you guys see what's going on with PJ Tucker and Kevin Durant?
Yeah.
Did Steve Nash? He was I forget the
quote,
but he was a lot of these defensive plays aren't basketball plays or something like that. Yeah. This isn't basketball physicality. Yeah. This is street. I'm oh. And then they show the clips next to it. And I'm like, that's not really that bad. I'm like, you should know you played in the era of
in the playoffs.
Exactly. But do you think it could get chippy down the line? Like how Joel Embiid and Russell Westbrook, how they didn't like each other.
Right,
and if it went
is,
down the
yeah.
line, if it wasn't like the play-in, if they went down the line, that was going to get chippy too.
PJ Tucker actually locked him up today. Like, held him to 9 points on, like, 20% shooting. Something
Right.
like that. I saw it somewhere, but he locked him up today.
So who do you think is going to come? Well, not even come out of the West. So if it's Utah and the Clippers and then Phoenix and the Nuggets, Utah's up 2-1, Phoenix is up 3-0. What's going to be the Western Conference Finals? Phoenix and who?
It's probably gonna be Phoenix, and it all depends. Like, the Utah series is so tough to. But I honestly think like the Clippers should beat the Jazz. Like it really shouldn't be that hard. It's just like,
Yeah.
they're not playing their
Because the
full
Clippers
potential.
were what seed? 3?
Also,
Yeah, but they're the best team in the West.
I saw somewhere that
roster-wise, the
Kawhi
best
has
team.
never lost a series where he was down 2-0.
Really?
He's never lost a series down 2-0.
I don't know.
I want the Jazz to come
Well-
out of the West, but, like, I don't know.
Well,
Kawhi's just
also-
on a different level.
All different sport, but when the Patriots were down 20-3, any team up by 19 or more points at the beginning of the third quarter never lost in postseason. It was 93-0.
Yeah.
Now it's 93-4 after
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes, but at the time it was 93-1. So it could happen with Kawhi, but I think the Clippers will win.
Yeah.
I think they will.
As long as,
I
if
want-
Paul George like takes care of business, like don't probably even get out the West, and then them and the Suns would be a good. But the Clippers have the best roster. Like that's the most.
Who do you think will give? Because everybody still thinks the Nets are going to win.
They are if everyone's healthy.
I don't
They only need two. Like bro,
Yeah.
But what if Kyrie's not healthy, say, till Game 7?
that's fine if James Harden comes back.
James
then.
Harden, James Harden, I feel like he's
But
probably
the
most-
problem
So-
is they just need any two of them to
Besides
be healthy. They just need
True.
Any, to this is what I think. To get out the East specifically, you only need two of them. You only need two of them.
Right.
Any two of them will work.
He's just kind of.
And to beat the Suns specifically, you need like probably all three. And you still don't need all three, but all three will make it like
So you think the Suns over the Clippers will give the Nets the best run for their money?
again like. The Clippers are the best team in the West roster wise. They just haven't been playing like it recently. But the team in the West that's been playing the best.
That's
is
what I'm
the
saying.
Suns.
Like, do you think?
So
Who do you
I-
think like
what
playing
I'm
to their
looking at-
potential?
Yeah, if the Clippers play to their potential, they're the best team in the West. But
Okay.
what the playoffs has been so far, the Suns have been playing lights out.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like the team that's been playing the best so far.
Do you think? Oh, what was I just gonna ask?
I would even say the whole playoffs too. By the way, like the
What?
Suns have been playing the best basketballs in the whole play so
Yeah.
far,
They've won 6 straight.
and they're even winning by like pretty,
D
like,
Book,
yeah.
I
Devin
that
Booker's
crowd
crazy.
in Phoenix goes crazy.
Yeah.
I feel like that's gonna be a big difference maker because the Clippers have like a limited capacity, so basically it's just like
say
insane.
the Nets are all healthy and it's against Phoenix. How many games would it go?
5.
You think they? No, I think it'd go 6.
You're bugging, bro. Like, bro, KD,
If the Nets are healthy,
Fully healthy?
It's going like
5.
5 or 4, bro. It's
you
going
think so?
5
You
or
think they would
4.
sweep?
Bro.
What about the Clippers?
5.
5.
Jeez.
It's I mean, if it goes
Kevin
past
Durant,
6,
James Harden, Kyrie healthy. Like, it just, bro. To think about it too, they mostly haven't been fully healthy all the time this season.
the whole
Yep.
year, yeah.
Like to put it in perspective, like, and they still have like the second best record in the East. To put it in that perspective, and a lot of times, KD and Kyrie weren't even on the court. James Harden was like just taking care of business himself.
Right.
Then that's just scary, bro. Like, that's not even fair. We saw a glimpse of it as Celtics fans because a lot of the games the Celtics lost. Some of those games they just got like destroyed, but some of them like was playing good basketball and like
Right.
there's nothing you could do.
Nothing.
I forgot which game it was. I don't know if it was game like 4 or something, but James Harden, all three of them were just like making.
Pretty
every
sure they
shot.
scored like 150 that game.
Bro.
Or close to it.
What'd
It
you
was
say?
like 144.
The
They had
Nets-
89 points in like the first half or something like
Like,
that.
Combined, I think they had like 110 or something like
It's
that.
ridiculous,
Oh my
bro.
God.
It's not fair.
It's not.
There's
It's
nothing you
not
can do.
fair.
It's not.
So, NBA awards just kind of came out. Real quick, have they still not announced Rookie of the Year? Or have they?
I don't think so.
No.
They
haven't.
They still
Why
have.
They
have
still haven't.
Why do you think they've announced every other award except for Rookie of the Year? Do you think it's that close?
It's not gonna be. I don't think it's that close. I mean, it's probably just because it's the last one. Maybe.
You
that's
think?
The order.
You think they do
But-
MVP last?
But
That's
they
what I
always put them out at the same time.
Yeah.
But I mean, usually too. Like they also did last year, like or years previous. Like they also started to do the NBA awards thingy when they just release everything in the same night. So maybe they're just doing like some different type of order. Because like
I guess.
if anything, the Coach of the Year was probably one I thought would be like really close. And,
Yeah.
Like, they released that one. So
Right. So Nikola Jokic of the Denver Nuggets won NBA MVP. He averaged 26.4 points per game, 11 rebounds, 8 assists, 57% from the field, and 39% from the three. Do you think he was like, all right, this is the MVP, or do you think somebody else should have won and somebody got robbed?
I mean, like I can't say it's a robbery, but I would have went Steph Curry But again, I can understand Jokic because like the team had a better seed, and he didn't really miss games. But you're watching basketball. Steph Curry was the best player on the planet this year.
Yeah, I think this is probably a career, not a career year, just kind of like because you got going later on. I think, but this is probably some of the best basketball we've ever seen Steph Curry play in the past few weeks of the season, past month.
After the All-Star break, he just
it was after the
All-Star
a whole different level. Like,
no one could guard him.
I also think Joel Embiid, if again he got injured. But if he didn't get injured, he put up a good amount of points. Hold on, let me look up his stats for this season.
Embiid, no center can single coverage Embiid. It's just not happening, bro. He's too.
That's why it's so important. If Atlanta wants to win, Joel Embiid cannot play, which most likely won't happen. This year, he averaged 28.5 points per game, 11 rebounds per game, 3 assists, 51% from the field, 38% from the three, and 86% from the free throw. So basically the same exact stats as Nikola Jokic, but Joel Embiid got hurt.
Yeah.
So knowing that they pretty much put up the same amount of points, and Joel Embiid actually put up the same amount of rebounds, I think.
Less assists, obviously, but then
less assists, same amount of rebounds, and more points.
Yeah.
And better field goal and 3-point percentage. Yeah. Actually, no. A percent less of a 3-point percentage. Do you think that, I don't know, because I was going to say, based on playoffs, too, because they're mostly going to go to the Eastern Conference Finals, and the Nuggets most likely are not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that's why do
you think that's a factor in it, or no?
I mean, no, because that's why they probably keep it regular season award, because...
True.
Because also some MVPs, too, in years past, their teams aren't good, so...
In the voting, did you guys see, the picture for the voting of what it was? It was pretty much, it was a landslide for Nikola Jokic. Yeah, the closest person had, 20-something or something like that. I think Steph Curry had the second most, and then Joel Embiid at third. And then they gave the fans a vote. They gave one to Derrick Rose, and I'm like, all right, Derrick Rose, all right, that's not even,
He had an okay here, though.
All right, Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert of the Utah Jazz won Defensive Player of the Year. 68% from the field, 3 offensive rebounds per game, 10 defensive rebounds per game, 1.3 assists per game, 2.7 blocks, 0.6 steals, and 14 points per game. Do you think someone else sort of won this award?
I mean, I lean towards...
Or could have been in the running?
Yeah, I lean more towards Ben Simmons because, Rudy Gobert's defense is more of, defense at the rim, right?
Yeah.
But I look at it as Ben Simmons can do that. Plus, he can literally guard every single player on the court.
So, Ben Simmons, I think he could have had a chance, too. Ben Simmons averaged 1.6 offensive rebounds per game, 5.6 defensive rebounds, 1.6 steals, 1 block, and 14.3 points per game. So, basically the same stats as Rudy Gobert. And then I also said Giannis could have had a chance. Giannis averaged 2 offensive rebounds per game, 9.4 defensive rebounds, 6 assists, 1.2 steals, 1.2 blocks, 28.1 points per game. So he put up more points and more steals and more assists per game than Rudy Gobert. And 1 offensive rebound less. So do you think that should have been Rudy Gobert? Do you think, say you're just looking at it, I know you said Ben Simmons, I know you were talking about it earlier. Who do you think should have won?
I think it should have been Ben Simmons or Rudy Gobert, because if we're looking strictly at defense, Rudy Gobert from a protecting the rim standpoint, he's probably one of the best in the NBA. Giannis, he could have won it. Ben Simmons, like Daryl just said, he can guard 1 through 5.
Yeah.
Rudy Gobert is only protecting the rim.
Right, but he did get not lucky, but he did have that one block at the end of the game.
Basically saved the game.
Coach of the Year goes to the Knicks head coach, Tom Thibodeau.
Yeah,
how do you say it?
Thibodeau.
Julius Randle won Most Improved Player, also from the Knicks, 24 points per game, 10 rebounds, 6 assists. Jordan Clarkson of the Jazz won Sixth Man of the Year. So basically, Derek, do you want to explain what Sixth Man of the Year means?
Yeah, just the best player off the bench in the NBA. Basically.
Yeah. So it's all right, first person off the bench.
Yeah.
He had 18.4 points, 4 rebounds, and 2.8 assists, which is a career year for him. Now we're gonna LeBron. Why do you think LeBron is changing his number back to 6 from 23, Daryl? Why is there a point?
Also, I'm pretty sure 80 wore 20. I think
he
did. Getting a number now.
That's why he did it.
Yeah.
AD wore it on New Orleans and at Kentucky. Wore 23.
I think he's giving 80 back the number, and then he's going back to 6. I think
he waited till now because something with the contract.
Yeah, no, that's literally what it was.
Really?
Contract.
Because somebody said that an insider for the Lakers said Anthony Davis is most likely not to get 23. He's most likely to stay at 3.
But also, I think he's doing it because his movie, he's wearing 6'2", so.
Yeah. Maybe he just wants to change. Like, I don't think it's anything.
So, for the 3 seasons with the Lakers, LeBron's worn number 23. Excuse me. So, from 2003 to 2010, he wore 23 in Cleveland once he got drafted. From 2010 to 14, he wore number 6 in Miami. Then 14 to 18, number 23 back in Cleveland. Then 2018 to 21, now number 23 in LA. So, LeBron's stats is number 23. Surprisingly, it's pretty much the same exact from number 6. So 14 years as number 23, 27 points per game, 7.4 rebounds, 7.6 assists, 50% from the field, 34 from the 3, 2 championships. LeBron is number 6, 4 years, 26.9 points per game. The other one was 27, point went off. 7.6 rebounds. The other one was 7.4. 6.7 assists. The other one was 7.6. 54 from the field. The other one was 49. 37 from 3, the other one was 34, and 2 championships again. Mm-hmm. So if we're talking about like being consistent, LeBron might be the most ideal
player of all time.
Example of consistent.
Yeah.
That's amazing. But I still don't understand like the reason of, I guess that's kind of like the NFL, like with the jersey swap. Oh, I want a new number. Like, so I guess there's not really a point to it. It's just cause. So NFL jersey rule change. NFL. Julio Jones changes number to number 2. Julio Jones is now a member of the Tennessee Titans. In this trade, the Titans received Julio Jones, obviously, and a 2023 6th-round pick, and the Falcons receive 2022 2nd-round pick and 2023 4th-round pick. Also, Ryan Tannehill rearranged his contract to save $15 million this year against the cap, so Julio could get paid. Right. Did you think the Falcons got basically robbed?
Yeah.
He got robbed.
Like
I saw a lot of people saying that Julio's not going to be the same. Like he's going to be not like a shell of himself. But like he played 9 games last year and still almost has that.
We got Mohamed Sanu from the Falcons for a 2nd-round pick, so they got 2nd and a 4th, which is basically nothing. So
for one of the best receivers of all time,
they traded arguably the best wide receiver, not even arguably the best wide receiver of our generation for absolutely nothing. It doesn't matter to me if he's only playing a few games a year. But it doesn't matter to me if he's older. But as soon as when he's on the field, he's the best player on the field. Age or injury put aside, when he's on the field, he's the best player on the field.
It's not really like he missed a ton of time before last year. Last year is really the only year he didn't really play other than 2013.
What was the year before that? He played, 12?
15, 16, 16, 14, 16, 15, 5, 16,
So he's consistent,
13.
He's consistent.
He's like, for the most part, he's consistent.
My question is, if all it took was a 2nd and a 4th to get Julio, why didn't the Patriots?
That's what I mean. We couldn't have given him something.
Now they got Derrick Henry, Julio Jones, and A.J. Brown, who's arguably the best wide receiver out of that draft class. Right. But Julio, it came out, he had his eyes on the Titans and the Patriots as the favorites, but then he came out and said he wanted a quarterback with a strong arm. And so, knowing that, does it shock you that he put the Patriots so high on his list after he said he wants a quarterback with a strong arm?
Maybe it has something to do with the culture of Bill.
Because I was thinking
somewhere that he wanted to play with Cam
Newton.
Exactly.
He did
specifically,
But Cam Newton, obviously, he has the arm. We saw the throw to Demir Bird against the Texans. We saw it against the Seahawks week 2. He has the arm, but his throwing it's not random, but it's just very inconsistent.
That's probably why he didn't come.
Yeah. But knowing that, why wouldn't the Chiefs, the Rams, Ravens, Raiders, Chargers, or even the Bills make a strong push after this?
Would you have traded Hill for him?
Tyreek Hill?
Absolutely
No.
Absolutely.
You wouldn't?
No.
Julio with
if
that offense?
If you're looking on paper, you can have Tyreek Hill, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and Julio Jones in the same offense. Why would you give up anything for that?
I mean,
same thing with Deshaun Watson and Christian McCaffrey. When you're looking at the paper, because people were like, oh, trade Christian McCaffrey and 2 2nd-round picks for Deshaun Watson. But Deshaun Watson is arguably a top 5 quarterback when he's playing. And if he has weapons, he led the Texans to a playoff game against the Chiefs 2 years ago. And now they're nobodies just because he's probably not going to be playing and they don't have DeAndre Hopkins. When you see that you could have Deshaun Watson, Christian McCaffrey, same thing with the Chiefs if they had Julio Jones, you want to do everything you can to make that happen. But the Rams, Matthew Stafford, who is an absolute gunslinger, and over 50%, it was 40%, 47% of the games he played at Detroit had to be won on a game winner. Which, like, if you're talking about clutch, like, he's almost at the clutch every single win he's ever had in the NFL
Right.
with an absolute garbage team. Ravens, Lamar Jackson, everybody, even me, I trash his throwing arm just because I know he has a cannon, but he doesn't use it. But then they just got Rashad Bateman, Hollywood Brown, Mark Andrews, and then you could get another big body
With
for
Sammy
Julio
Watkins,
Jones
too.
with Sammy Watkins, who could help block the run game with J.K. Dobbins and Lamar Jackson, obviously. Raiders, Derek Carr, he has a cannon. They have Henry Ruggs, who is wicked fast, and they just lost Nelson Aguilar. Chargers, Justin Herbert, Keenan Allen, Mike Williams. Julio Jones.
That's scary.
That top three
That's scary.
of wide receivers would be probably the best in the NFL.
Yeah.
And then the Bills, Stephon Diggs, Cole Beasley, Julio Jones.
That was a little bit.
So
That would be
just
insane.
talking about it, why would these teams not go out? Because there were also reports that he may go to the 49ers because of relationship with Kyle Shanahan. Kyle Shanahan, who is the head coach of the 49ers now, San Francisco 49ers, he's the Falcons offensive coordinator in 2015 and 2016
When they went to Super Bowl.
when they went to the Super Bowl.
Right.
But, like, I don't understand because reports came out that the Rams were never really that into it. The Raiders weren't really that into it. The Ravens made calls before the draft, but they ended up not being into it because they drafted Rashad Bateman.
Maybe it has something to do with it.
Why? Like, how is no team?
I think it
interested?
has to-
It blows my mind.
I don't get
No,
it.
the
Like with
only
Tom
reason-
Brady. Not
it
that many
has to
teams
be-
reach out for Tom Brady.
It has to be something to do with the age and how many more years you could get out the person and the
Yeah.
injury, the recent injury history of Julio Jones.
When's his contract due?
No idea.
Is it 2 years or?
It's two.
I think it might be 2. Because maybe they're like, well, if we give up, because they probably thought they were gonna have to give up more than they really had to.
Right.
Because then they're probably like, all right, if we have to give up, say,
Yeah, 'cause,
2
yeah,
first rounds and a
then
second
it's not
round,
worth it.
we're gonna have to pay him in 2 years, and he's gonna
not
be
worth
way
it.
older. But
Right.
he got him for a second and a fourth.
Yeah, I think
Barely
teams.
Huh?
anything.
No, my guess is I don't think other teams were aware that was gonna be that easy.
Yeah.
And
That's
then,
what it comes down
but
to.
why did the Falcons accept it?
That's a question.
Beyond
that
me.
for-
Why?
Yeah,
I don't
they,
get it.
Maybe they think they have enough in what they have.
I really don't get it.
that wasn't smart at all. Maybe they're
'Cause-
hoping Pitts has a breakout.
And then
Yeah.
Jalen Ramsey came
That's
out, and
the
he
only
was.
thing I can think of.
What'd you say?
They better hope Pitts goes crazy.
But even if they have Russell Gage, Kyle Pitts, and then Calvin Ridley,
Yeah.
that's a good. It's still a good
Yeah.
like targets, but you could have had
Julio.
Julio Jones with
Kyle
Kyle
Pitts.
Pitts and Calvin Ridley, like, and then Matt Ryan, he's getting older, but he's still playing good. You want to get him his guy that he's been with pretty much his whole career. I don't understand it. And then Jalen Ramsey came out. He said he's mad at the Rams that they didn't make that strong of a push for him, and like. The Rams are the one team that does not care about salary cap. They don't care.
Yeah.
They
Don't
pay
care about
Jalen
picks
Ramsey.
either.
They don't care about
They have,
picks.
like, no
They don't have a
first-round
first round
picks
pick
for,
till like
like, 5
2028.
Yeah.
That's when their next first round pick is.
They
2026,
gave
something
up
like that.
2 for Ramsey, like 3 for
3 for Matt Stafford, like 3 first and like a third, and Jared Goff for Matt Stafford, or 2 first and a third. Like, and then they paid Jalen Ramsey. They had to pay Jalen Ramsey and Aaron Donald. They paid Jalen Ramsey with the trade with Jacksonville. They had to pay him like what? What was his contract there? Do you know?
It must have been up
Let's see.
to like 15 million.
Say he's making 19 a year for like 4 years. They had to pay him that when they were already negative in salary cap.
Right.
They don't care. So don't you think Sean McVay's a young head coach? They were so close to winning Super Bowl just what was that, 3 years
3
ago,
years
2
ago.
years ago,
3
3
years
years ago with Jared Goff. Now they got their new guy. They still have Cooper Kupp. They still have Robert Woods. Robert Woods and Cooper Kupp are 2 small wide receivers, but they're good.
They're good.
They're shifty. They get their work done over the middle and the outside. But don't you want Julio Jones who can get it done over top pretty much every
I'm
play?
telling you, it has to be something to do with the age. Like the age
I don't
stuff.
get it.
What?
But
But
still,
he's not even really that old.
but still, if
For a
you're
receiver, I guess. you
if
can
I'm-
make the argument.
if I'm a
For
team
a
that
receiver.
Yeah.
if I'm a team that like wants Julio Jones, I'm gonna keep making calls because I'm gonna do whatever it takes to get him. And if it's really like, all right, we need 2 first round picks, a second, and like 2 seconds and a third,
But honestly,
I'll be like, all right, now,
For the Titans, like it's like low risk and they can have very high reward for this.
right?
So like
They're still
it is,
like
if
they're
he-
still
if he
hated
gets
on. Like they
hurt,
still
Right.
they're
what if
still
we
looked
lose?
over.
We lost the second round and the fourth round.
Exactly. You didn't lose anything.
Right.
Like you really didn't. And I just think they're looked over just because of Ryan Tannehill. Because he's like, I think you brought it up. He's like more of a system quarterback.
Yeah.
Like he fits in that system. Obviously, he has help with Derrick Henry now, Julio Jones and AJ Brown.
Last
Just
year's probably
imagine,
one of
just
the best
imagine if they had
years
Jonnu
too.
Smith too.
I know.
If they re-signed him and then had Julio, oh my goodness, that would have been an AFC Championship team.
Yeah.
But their
I still
defense
think
too.
they could
Yeah.
get there though.
Their
They
defense needs a little bit more. But
I think they can.
now that Julio's off the board for the Patriots, does this mean that we can make a push for a wide receiver next year? Because actually, let me pick up the wide
Do you know
receiver.
who are free agents next year for wide receivers?
I don't know if it's any that we signed this year, because I think we signed Nelson Aguilar to a 2, and I think that might, or maybe Kendrick Bourne is a 1, but I think the rest of them are all at least 2-year deals.
I'm talking about like the whole NFL. Like,
Oh, that's what I'm looking up right now. Because it's deep, it's a lot.
Yeah.
Like Devontae Adams is a free agent. Allen Robinson is a free agent. I think Michael Thomas might be, or he might be next year. Let me see. All
this
teams,
is why
all
I wanted
positions.
Julio, because like we need someone who can stretch the field.
We need a wide receiver 1. We don't have
Someone
one.
who can like just go crazy.
Let's see.
Whenever you need like a big play.
Oh, Chandler Jones is a free agent next year. All right,
he's
ready?
probably gonna get paid.
Allen Robinson, Chris Godwin, Devontae Adams, Will Fuller, Robbie Anderson, Jamison Crowder, T.Y. Hilton, Juju Smith-Schuster, Emmanuel Sanders, A.J. Green, Sammy Watkins, Mike Williams, Deshaun Jackson, John Brown, Antonio Brown, Matthew Slater. He'll probably retire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cortland Sutton, Christian Kirk, Marquise Goodwin, Mohamed Sanu, but he's pretty much nobody. Demir Bird, Willie Snead, Philip Dorsett, which is pretty much a nobody now. He plays for Jacksonville.
Yeah.
DJ Chark, Travis Benjamin, and I think AJ Brown might be I think he's a free agent
He's
next
gonna
year.
stay now.
Yeah,
He's gonna stay. Yeah, but just because like he's a Patriots fan, he wants
He's
to be
gonna
drafted by the
stay.
Patriots.
He's playing with Julio. He's gonna stay. They're gonna keep going.
That's
Probably-
I heard that's like his
Yeah.
idol too.
They're gonna keep
It
going.
is. He's obsessed over him.
Yeah, they're
Uh,
gonna go for it so like they can win.
I think. Well, obviously now we're not gonna make any moves for anybody because it's just we have our team. But I think depending if we get a wide receiver next year, we're gonna look at our team. Obviously after the season, we're gonna try out the 2 dominant tight ends like how we used to have. We're always used to just dominant tight ends and then smaller wide receivers that just do the dirty work. And we're gonna see what that is like this year, like what we're used to.
Yep.
And then if that doesn't work out as good as they like, I think wide receiver 1 should be the number 1 option next year
Yeah,
going to the free agency.
absolutely.
It has to be.
Without question.
Because our defense is good. We have to re-sign some, I think, offensive linemen and some defensive linemen. We have to re-sign them. And I think Dante Hightower might be a free agent too. He might retire next year.
He's getting old.
But now, and then Chase Winovich, like Chase Winovich is still there. Kyle Uche is doing really, really good. Matt Judon we have for like 4 years, something like that. 3 more years after next season. So there's literally no holes to fill except for wide receiver 1. But if not, say the 2 tight end work out for the Patriots. Say they love Jonas Smith, they love Hunter Henry. Because Hunter Henry is that solid number 1 tight end. He's going to fit the best for the Patriots because he is a tight end. He blocks and he catches the short passes. But Jonas Smith takes passes everywhere. Right. So do you think they're going to use him maybe more as a big body wide receiver more than a tight end?
Definitely. I mean, that's how John Smith is. I don't see him as a tight end like that. He's
Really?
Do you remember how they used to use Aaron Hernandez they put him at running back? Maybe it would be
That's
like
what Jonas Smith does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like he'll be like
John
Aaron
Smith is not a tight
Hernandez
end.
and-
He's like a not a Taysom Hill, but he's like versatile like a Taysom Hill.
Because I remember Aaron Hernandez used to running back. He just did it all. So I feel
He's
like Jonnu Smith.
He's
can
not
do
a
that
tight
type
end.
of play.
His size just makes him have to play tight end. He's not
Just
a
an
tight end.
athlete.
He doesn't play like a tight end at all.
Say we need a wide receiver end for next. OBJ I think is in a free agent next year too. Say we don't need a wide receiver next year. We're happy with our team. Do you think we should dress D tackle to get a good D tackle to get pressure on the quarterback, or do you think we should get like a top running back?
I think offense is always priority because our defense seems like
Our defense will always hang in
we
there.
have
Yeah.
the greatest defensive play call a lot of times. So
I mean, offense
think-
is always a priority.
I think if it's not a wide receiver, we need imagine a star because Damian Harris, I think he was top 5. He rushed for over 1,000 yards and barely played last year. He played at the end half of the year, so he played really, really good last year.
I think they want to see how Damien could do first, like fully healthy, what that potential could bring.
That's what I'm saying. After
If
next
that-
season, we're really gonna tell.
because you say this
This
all
is-
the time,
yeah.
the most replaceable position on
Is
the
a running
football
back.
team is a
Without question.
That's
So-
why it's so risky to pay a running back a ton of money.
Yeah,
So do you think we should try and go for it? Let me look up the running back free agents next year.
I don't. Regardless, unless it's like some like.
Not even like a huge, but like a solid running back.
There's no need.
You don't think so?
No, Damien Harris is good enough.
But we see how the 1-2 punches work in the NFL. The Buccaneers have one, the Browns have one, the Packers have one.
And if Damien Harris is healthy, the Patriots can basically have one with Cam Newton and Damien Harris.
That's true.
Yeah, but Cam Newton's not that consistent.
But
Running
Cam
the football,
Newton had
he is.
12 touchdowns in the
Running
red zone
the
last
football,
year.
yes, he is.
He had 12 rushing touchdowns.
Leonard Fournette's a free agent next year.
And
And
Damien Harris, why'd you want him over Damien
no,
Harris?
no,
Wait,
not
wait.
over. I'm saying
No, he's
with.
saying he wants a duo.
okay.
He
Like,
wants a duo.
yeah, that's what I'm talking. That's why I was
Oh,
brought
yeah,
up
yeah,
the Browns and
yeah.
them because they have a 2 running back. Like, and then they just got the Buccaneers just got Gio Bernard. So they have 3 good running backs.
Yeah.
And then the Bengals last year they had Gio Bernard and then Joe Mixon, who are 2 solid running backs.
Yeah.
We see how good the 2 running back set works. So yeah, we still have James White next year. Rex Burkhead we let walk, and then we still have Sony Michel too, and they're good. Like, they're okay. They're good for the Patriots, but if they went to another team, they would not be good at all.
Yeah.
Like, they're just good because we're used to just a dump off, so they get a lot of production from them.
the
They're
Patriots
not
wanna try out the
fast.
tight end system again soon. And then
What do you say?
They probably want to test out like the typical tight end system that they used to do.
Mm-hmm.
On
First.
top of that, we've got no production from the tight end position since Gronk left.
Sony
So I
Michel's a
feel
free
like-
agent next year.
I feel like the run game could also take a leap because we also just got 2 tight ends that can block.
Mhm.
So
Right. So it's really we're going to see after next
we're
year.
gonna see progress regardless.
Sony Michel's 27. I didn't know he was that old. Melvin Gordon, the running back, is 29, who is the running back for the Denver Broncos. He's a free agent next year. Leonard Fournette is a free agent next year. Philip Lindsay. Raheem Mostert's a free agent next year, which would be crazy.
Yeah.
Mark Ingram, which I wouldn't really want. James White and Sony Michel are both free agents next year. Their pay is only $2.4 million.
We may let Michelle walk.
One of them is gonna leave.
Marlon Mack is a free agent next year, the running back out of the Colts. He's very, very good. Nick Chubb is a free agent next year. Ronald Jones, the free agent. James Conner, J.D. McKissick, Peyton Barber. Rex Burkhead is also a free agent again next year because Houston just picked him up. Giovanni Bernard is a free agent. Ty Montgomery, Damian Williams. I don't know. Jarek McKinnon. What do you think? Like, we should try and go after a running back to try and see how the duo works? Because if all of our running backs next year are free agents except for Damian Harris, do you think we should try it out?
I think wide receiver becomes a priority depending on this year first.
But if it's not a priority, if we're fine with the offense.
Then yeah, you might as well. Because I mean, I'd go like try to see running backs option before defense.
I would do everything we could to try and get Leonard Fournette. Because even though we need a big run, because Damian Harris is like bigger, but he's more fast. But if Leonard Fournette, he has speed on him, but he's a big running back.
Yeah.
Like how we use Blount as a big running back to get the dirty yards. Like that's what we could use with Leonard
In the
Fournette.
fourth quarter, like when you need those first downs. Like
Exactly, Leonard Fournette is there. We saw him in the Super Bowl. He barreled
Strong
through, it
guys.
spun over, and then in the NFC Championship, he rolled over Kevin King for a touchdown. Like he will get them. So knowing now that Julio Jones is a part of the Titans organization, how far can the Titans go now in the playoffs?
They can.
I think they're AFC championship.
They're easily favorites in the AFC South. It's them, the Colts, the Texans, and the Jags. The Colts will probably make a wild card spot.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think
Depends on Carson Wentz, Daryl. But how far can they go? Because it's...
If the defense steps up, they can get up.
What seed do you think they would get? Do you think they could get 2?
Yeah.
two.
You think they would beat out the Bills and the Chiefs? Or the Chiefs?
To beat out the Bills, I think the Chiefs.
Well, because we were talking about just 2 episodes
Well,
ago
yeah,
that
one
the
of
Bills are most likely going to win the AFC.
But one of them, I still don't, I don't know.
Let me look at this.
with 3.
I'm gonna look up their
Yeah.
schedule.
The Bills.
I'll play the Titans over the Bills right now, to be honest with you.
Really?
Yeah.
I might put the Titans.
I might say the Bills just because their defense is proven as a
Derrick
very, very
Henry
good defense.
and Julio Jones on the same team.
No, it's good.
Let's just take a
And
second.
AJ Brown
Let's just take a second, bro.
as a
Do you hear what we just said?
I know.
And you
All right,
best
so-
running back, the best wide receiver.
So they have week 1. They have the Cardinals. So that'll be pretty hard, but they'll go 1-0.
Dude, if Julio Jones plays like normal, they're gonna win. They might go undefeated, bro.
No, they won't go undefeated.
Dude, I was just
Listen,
thinking they might get the number one seed.
listen.
They might get the number
Listen,
one
listen
seed.
to how this works
I don't
out.
think they'll get.
No, listen to how this works out. Derrick Henry, right? The play style causes the defense to suck in. But then the defense can't do that. That makes 2 people become available. Then you want to focus on one side, the other one becomes
Play
available.
action game is gonna
Then
be
guess play action is gonna go crazy. It's
Insane.
over, bro.
They're not going to go undefeated this year. You know why?
Why?
They have to play the Rams, the Chiefs, the Bills,
They'll lose a tough one eventually.
the 49ers. They have to play. They have to play the Steelers, which has a very good
Oh, that
defense,
was
and they
a
have to
tough
play the
schedule.
Patriots,
That was a tough
and they have to
schedule.
play the Saints, and they have to play the Colts twice. They're not going undefeated next year.
All right, they won't go undefeated,
But that-
And they have
Yeah.
Arizona.
But I feel
So-
like the fact they have to verse all those tough teams in the regular season,
It's
it's
good-
gonna
good- great
it's
test
only
for
gonna
them.
prepare
Yeah.
them for what they have to
Yeah,
face in the playoffs.
they'll make a run. They'll go to the AFC Championship.
I
At
think
least they
make the
should.
AFC championship.
So week 1 they have the
could win.
Cardinals win. Week 2 they have the Seahawks
When?
win 2-0. Colts
Win.
3-0. Jets 4-0. Jaguars 5-0. Bills
Win.
6-0. Chiefs, I'm gonna say 6-1.
Yeah. All right.
6-1.
Oh.
The Colts again
Win.
7-1. The Rams.
Win. Let's
I don't
stop it.
know.
Win.
It's just their defense is
move
too
on.
good.
There's too many pieces.
Bro, we're gonna see
There's too many pieces.
Bro, I'm low-key
There's too
excited.
many
We get to see
pieces.
Jalen Ramsey and Julio
If
Jones.
you choose to double team Julio, they have AJ Brown, and then they can still run with
Derrick Henry. Is Derrick
And the
Henry?
play action
Bro,
game is gonna be
that's
insane.
gonna be the best. That might be the best game of the season because they have Aaron Donald basically going off against Derrick Henry, and then Jalen Ramsey has to guard either AJ Brown or
Whoever
Julio
he's not
Jones.
good is gonna have a field day,
For
bro.
real.
So 8-1. We'll say 8-1. The Saints 9-1. Texans 10-1. Patriots
Win.
11-1. Jaguars 12-1. Steelers is gonna be hard because they have a really really good pass, just defense and
And the Steelers'
overall.
offense is very predictable. Next win.
12-1. 49ers.
Win.
Nah, that whole team's coming back next year.
And they still can't stay
All those
healthy.
injuries.
And they still can't stay healthy.
But we
you guys
haven't
heard?
seen them.
You guys heard this?
The
One of,
season didn't
I forgot one of their players.
If they win that,
Okay,
they'll go
okay.
16-1. If they win, but I think they're gonna lose more than just. They're gonna
Alright, so
lose more than
I
one
say
game.
14-3.
All right. Okay, I'll say yeah.
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 I'm gonna give
14
them 3
yeah.
losses.
Yeah, they'll probably win a
They're
game in
gonna.
a close
I
run or
think
something.
I
the
think the Chiefs
Rams.
are gonna go
The
13-4.
Rams one is gonna. They might even. Do you think they would tie a game?
No.
No.
I hate ties. I hate
yeah, I'll
ties.
say
They
it's
always
stink.
that one-
Yeah, I
one-
hate
wait,
it.
what?
But the Rams game is gonna be the best game of the
You
season.
said the Bills. They versus the Bills, right?
They face the Bills next week. The Chiefs next week. The Colts next
Alright, so
week. The
maybe-
Rams next
maybe-
week. The Saints.
Maybe they lose to the Chiefs, the Bills, and the Rams. That's it. That's
You
maybe.
think they'll go?
There's no way to lose them.
They'll lose 3 to 4. 3 out of the 4 games that
Yeah.
week,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
those 4 weeks.
And
and
then
then-
one or 3 games this season.
They're gonna win that division.
And then we said with Buffalo they would go 15-2 or 14-3, same thing. And then it depends on that
But there's always-
tiebreaker.
there's
And then
always
the
gonna be
Chiefs.
some
I think
games
I think
in there
we're I
that-
think we're overrating the Bills a little bit. To be honest with you. Is that
Bills
the defense is too consistent.
Bills will go
Yeah.
12-5.
They could go 12-5.
They'll go 12-5. The Chiefs.
I feel like the Chiefs.
I don't know
are gonna
the
have a
Chiefs'
down year.
schedule.
I feel like they're gonna have a down year.
Yeah, me too.
Chiefs will get 3rd seed.
Like you.
Let
you
me
gotta
pull up the
think
Chiefs'
of it.
schedule.
Even the bad teams sometimes pull off wins, like
Yeah.
out of nowhere.
I mean the Jets almost beat the Rams last year.
Exactly.
Oh no, they did beat the Rams last year, right?
The Jets gave like every team a win.
All right,
They
so
literally
ready the
could've beat
Chiefs' schedule.
Raiders.
So they have Browns week 1, they'll win 1-0. Ravens week 2.
I don't know about that.
No,
I
I say the only way that the Browns can beat the Chiefs is if it's late in the season because the Browns are crazy late. Like
Yeah.
once they get that offense going, because Odell's gonna he's gonna practice like OT, like mandatory practices later on.
he's gonna take him a
But
few
still,
weeks.
like the chemistry isn't gonna all be there. So I think the Chiefs will go 1-0. Ravens 2-0. Chargers, that's gonna be a good game, but 3-0. I think Eagles 4-0. Bills 5-0 or 4-1 against the Bills in October, so it's not that cold yet.
5-0. 5-0. I'll take the
Chiefs, Washington. That'll be a better game than we
It's gonna be a
think.
good game. Yeah.
Just take
6-0.
Yeah.
Titans
Loss.
Loss.
6-1. Giants 7-1. Packers,
Loss.
Win.
I'm gonna go loss.
depending on Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, true.
For now, we'll just put a win.
Yeah.
For now, so
If
8-1.
Aaron Rodgers, yeah,
8-1. Raiders.
Win.
that's a win.
But that we can go back on that later and say that could be.
So we'll say 9-1. Cowboys 10-1. Broncos 11-1. Raiders again. I think the Raiders are gonna get one. I think they're gonna beat them one
they
time.
have to because yeah.
But they
yeah,
play.
they're gonna
But they
win.
play in December and November, so it's gonna be when Patrick Mahomes is good in the cold.
Mm.
So if anything, they have to win that November game. They're not gonna win the December game. But actually, they might because if it's really really cold, it might go down to the run game, and the Chiefs don't have a run. Like they have Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and he did good against the first game against the Texans, but that was pretty much it. He didn't have a lot of production after that. Le'Veon Bell didn't have a lot of production. The Chargers, what is that? 12-1?
Yeah.
Wait, no, that's 13-1.
13-1 win.
Yeah, 13-1. Steelers, 14-1. Bengals, 15-1. Broncos, 16-1. I don't know. So Chiefs might get 1 seed again.
They might, yeah, but like
They'll lose 2 or 3 games.
nah, they might just cause the schedule is easier than the Titans. We just said, but like I think the Titans are gonna be a better team this year.
Do the Patriots even have a chance?
Of what?
Playoffs?
No. I think
They could make
playoffs,
it.
They have a chance.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
If you're talking about making a run, no, but I mean,
No, like making the
They-
playoffs.
they'll
Making the
make-
playoffs.
they can
yeah,
make
they're
the
gonna make the
playoffs.
playoffs. They're gonna make
I
the
hope they
playoffs.
do. I don't know. There's a
They'll beat out the Raiders, Chargers, and Broncos. They'll beat out the Texans and Jags, and they'll beat out the Bengals. I don't know about the Ravens, Browns,
They'll be
Steelers,
7,
or
I think.
Colts.
They could be 7.
No, but honestly, looking at the AFC right now, a lot of these teams could have good years.
That's what I mean too.
Like-
Dolphins could have a good year. The Patriots could have a good year. The Raiders, the Chargers.
I'm looking at this, and there's not a lot of teams I can say that are going to be like without a doubt bad, except for the
I
Jets.
feel like it's all
and-
gonna come down to what Miami does. Because
we need to win the Miami games.
we need Miami to like be a little bit below.
Well, from like
if
week 10 to
anything.
week 14, we have the Colts twice. No, we have the Colts and then the Bills twice. So that's a hard.
Dude, like-
Playoff-wise, we're gonna want
Bro,
Miami
looking
to
at this,
lose some
like,
games.
the only team I can say for a fact I don't think is going to be good is the Jets.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Even the Jaguars could be better this year.
even the Bengals have a good team now.
Even exactly. And the Broncos now returning to
Raiders.
Drudy and people like that with more experience, you can do
the
it better.
Chargers got better too.
The AFC looks good. Now I switch over here and see what they got.
The
We don't
NFC,
gotta worry about the NFC.
Yeah,
we don't even gotta
what-
say.
it's gonna
Yeah.
be the Bucks.
Like, why are we even talking?
It's gonna be
about
Bucks,
we don't gotta
Rams.
say too much
So
about that.
boring.
It'll be Bucks Rams. Let's see Dolphins. I just want to see how many games they're gonna lose.
Tua Tagovailoa.
Falcons. Oh no, that's preseason. Patriots. They're gonna go 0-1. Bills 0-2. Raiders
0-3.
0-3. Colts 0. No,
I like that.
They won't
I like
start
that.
off 0-4.
Yeah, no way. There's no way.
They're gonna win against the Raiders. They're gonna go 1-2. They're gonna win against the Colts. They're gonna go 2-2. They're gonna lose against the Bucks. 2-3. They're gonna go 3-3 against the Jags. They're gonna go Falcons.
That's a win. That's a win.
I don't know.
It's a win.
We have to.
Falcons are
I
unpredictable.
can't. Yeah, I was about to say I can't judge the.
That's a game time, but we'll say 4-3.
I can't judge the Falcons until we see them play.
Bills again. They're gonna lose again.
They're gonna lose.
4-4.
So it's looking good for us to be honest.
Texans, Dolphins.
We just need to
5-4. Ravens 5-5. Jets 6-5. Panthers 7-5. Giants. I think they're gonna lose against the Giants. I'm gonna say 7-6 because the Giants have a good team. I'm gonna say 7-6. 8-6 against the Jets. Saints
I'll give them a win for now, just because the Saints
9-6.
Yeah.
Titans 9-7. Patriots again.
I'm gonna say
Ow.
it depends. Is it in Miami?
I don't know.
They're gonna lose
Yes.
one in Miami.
Yeah,
I feel
it's
like
at
we
Miami.
always lose one in Miami.
It's at Miami.
Yeah, well-
So they'd
might
go
lose one in
10-7. That's not that bad.
I don't know.
Let me see the Patriots.
I thought we had the Patriots at 12.
Yeah, we
Did we have them
Patriots
at
at
12?
12.
Let me
Yeah,
see.
12-5. We did the Patriots.
Dolphins, Jets, Saints, Bucks,
Yeah,
Texans,
12-5.
Cowboys, Jets, Chargers. That Chargers game's gonna be close.
Yeah, 12-5 was.
Panthers,
Who lose one
Browns.
last year though? 550.
45-0, yeah. Falcons, Titans, Bills, Colts. Yeah. Bills, Colts, Bills. No, it's Browns, Falcons, Titans, Bills, Colts, Bills. That's a hard stretch. That's 6 hard weeks. And there's the bye. What do we have bye week 10? Is it week 10 this year? And then Jags, Dolphins to end it off. So we'll probably go 1-1 to end off the season. I don't know. But then the Ravens and the
I
Browns.
feel like it's gonna come down.
The Browns will win, but then it's the Ravens and the Steelers that I'm worried about. I don't know about them.
I feel like the Ravens might win that division next year.
No,
Watch this. No, but again,
I think the Browns will win.
watch the Steelers mess around and have win mad games again for no reason, even though they're not good.
they
Let's go
won't.
17.
I don't know. Najee Harris, you saw him.
I know,
We all
he's
saw the
big
post. He's been going crazy in the facility,
And
staying
did-
way
but
late.
Again, did we think that Steelers were gonna win those mini games last year before the season? No.
But that's
but-
always been the missing piece for them last year. I feel
Running
like.
back. They had no run game and no offensive line.
It's just a testament to how good Mike Tomlin is, because they had no business.
He's a
winning
great
mini games.
coach. He's slept on too. He's never had a losing
Then
season.
I think they'll make the playoffs.
The
Then I think
Steelers?
they have a wild card spot.
They are gonna make.
You
the
can
playoffs.
almost
But then
guarantee the Steelers will not have a losing record.
But then say the
are
Ravens,
gonna make the
Browns,
playoffs.
and Steelers all make the playoffs. That leaves one wild card
That's
spot.
what I mean.
Yeah.
That's why I think Miami is so important because if
And the
if
Colts.
we're gonna go.
I
how
think
they
Miami's.
go.
I think Miami's not gonna make it.
If they don't make it, we have a very good
The
chance.
Raiders have a good chance. The Chargers have a good chance, and the Colts have a good chance.
Right now,
I think we'll beat out the AFC West.
Yeah, right now I'm gonna say the Steelers. I think the Steelers, Ravens, and Browns can all make it, right?
I think we'll have a better record than the Steelers
I don't
because they have one of the hardest schedules
think
next
so.
year.
They do have the harder schedule next year.
They have one of the hardest.
But I'm
schedules.
gonna say I think the Chargers may not make it. I think the Colts may not make it. But
The Colts
at the
is
same time too,
close.
I could easily flip that. It could easily be very different. But I'm gonna still say the Chargers not gonna make it just because of inexperience.
I
But
feel like the 17
No, the Chargers
games,
won't,
the
but they'll have a good team.
The 17 games kind of makes it more interesting.
Yeah.
I like it.
It makes it really
I like
interesting.
it.
Because now it's a whole.
really don't know.
Imagine the Jaguars mess around and going to run.
Yeah, no, there's no way. DJ Chark and Laviska Shenault.
James Robinson.
Shenault, whatever.
Trevor
Shenault.
Lawrence.
So we're talking about the
Tim
Browns.
Tebow, the greatest season ever by a tight end.
Yeah.
Dude, I'd be like, all right, what? Like, ooh.
You couldn't
No,
be
you're
doing
good.
this for the last 10 years.
No,
You
right.
chose to go play for AAA Mets. Bro.
The Mets. But yeah, so we're talking about the Browns. Are the Browns serious Super Bowl contenders?
No.
Really?
No. Dude,
No.
you got the
Do you think they
Bills,
could be
Titans.
within? How many years do you think it could take for them to be in the conversation?
When Julio Jones retires,
Really?
the Browns, Baker Mayfield is too inconsistent.
Do you think
with
they
his play?
So they have.
There's a lack of chemistry. I'm sorry. There's a lack
No, you're
lack
good.
of chemistry on offense with them. They look worse with OBJ, which literally makes no sense, but they do.
I don't understand that. That's the
don't
one
understand
thing
it.
I don't get it.
Maybe
So
his, like, I don't know.
Jarvis Landry said Odell's better than he was before his injury. Top running backfield with Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. Top wide receiver one with Odell, Jarvis Landry, Peoples-Jones, and Rashad Higgins. Austin Hooper is a great tight end, and David Njoku. Great offensive line, and a very improved defense with Jadeveon Clowney, and they addressed secondary needs. John Johnson and Troy Hill from the Rams, and then drafted Greg Newsome II from Northwestern. So I think they have a chance of going to the AFC Championship.
They have a good team, but I
They
don't
do.
think they're gonna make a deep run. They'll make the divisional round.
It stinks because if they were in the NFC, they could be pushing for the NFC Championship game.
Right.
But just the AFC is so heavy, so
Yeah.
power heavy. My only worry, well, not my only one, but one of my worries is just their division that they're in. Their own division, not even the AFC. Their own division is just so hard. Because they have the Steelers who just went 11-5 last
Yeah.
year.
I
The
think all
Ravens
three
who have
of them
Lamar
went
Jack.
12-5.
Did they all go 11-5? No, I think Browns went 12-4
12-4, I think.
because they had the 1 seed.
So the Ravens were third in that division.
Yeah.
They were.
Right.
Did they beat the
I
Steelers?
thought they had the tiebreaker over the Browns.
Were the Ravens 1 seed?
No, the Ravens were 6 or
I could've sworn
5.
the Ravens-
No, I'm saying
I
in
thought
there.
the Ravens
So
were
then Browns were 1, Ravens were 2, Steelers were 3.
No, the Steelers had the 2 seed, right?
The Steelers were
3.
1.
Steelers were 1.
Yeah.
What? No, because the Chiefs were.
In the AFC North, you talking about?
Oh,
In the AFC North?
I'm just
Yeah.
Oh, in the AFC North, the Steelers were 1. Yeah. They just made it.
Who is
The
2?
the Ravens and Browns went
Okay.
11-5.
Okay.
Both.
So it was Chiefs, Bills, Steelers, Titans, Ravens. Wait, hold on. What did just happen?
Which is crazy because when you think about the Steelers season, they really should have won undefeated. They beat themselves.
I thought the Browns were higher than 3rd.
How
So
did
the
the Steelers so
Browns-
good last year?
Oh well, then that's why
Literally, because they had the
Doesn't
easiest
even make
schedule.
sense.
they did.
Yeah.
They had the easiest schedule
Yeah.
last year. They had
And
they had a
most
stretch
of
where it was
their
like
games-
Washington
At the
Jags,
beginning of
like
the year, most of their games, like the teams they were versing, didn't even have coaching.
And then like
staffs.
they'll,
Yeah.
they'll beat
Because
like
of
a good
Corona.
team once in a while. Like
no, not even.
like the
Not-
Browns
they
in
had
the playoffs didn't even have a coach. That game versus Steelers.
No, Kevin.
It was
Yeah,
the offensive coordinator
yeah.
who was head coaching.
Right.
No, didn't Kevin Stefanski?
It was on Zoom or something.
No, I think he drove by himself and went to a box
Yeah.
by himself.
Yeah, okay.
Like the COVID, the
Yeah.
protocol people brought him in a box, so he was coaching from
Still,
up above.
That's a big difference.
That's crazy.
also, I'm looking for Chase Claypool to have a breakout year next year. So
You think?
yes, he's gonna be my fantasy team again. That's my guy.
My worry is Baker Mayfield.
He's too
He's-
consistent. That's what I'm
I
saying.
agree. Too.
He's a solid starter, but he cannot lead a team to Super Bowl. He's solid. He's not elite.
He needs
But-
that's why he's good. He has that running back.
But the
core.
thing is, you're talking about inconsistent, and I'm talking about solid, not elite. Jimmy G. What did Jimmy G just do? Yeah, he lost the
He's
Super Bowl,
solid, not
but he brought him to the Super Bowl, being carried by the running backs and the defense. They just revamped their defense, and they have 2 great running backs.
I think Jimmy G is better though.
I think Jimmy
I don't-
G might be better than Baker Mayfield.
He is better.
I
The
don't
numbers
know.
don't lie either.
He's
because
better than him, bro. Come on. Let's be real.
Also, but there is some hope for him that not just
Baker
all
Mayfield's-
elite.
Baker Mayfield's numbers don't blow you out of the water.
Yeah.
No, they don't.
He's a
That's
good
why
game manager.
he's a starter.
Yeah.
He's not an
He's a
elite
great-
quarterback
he's a
at
great
all.
game manager.
He's a middle of the pack.
Yeah.
Also, this is a contract year for Baker Mayfield. This is a shaky year.
So, yeah, this is
'Cause
important for him.
Say Baker Mayfield wants top quarterback money. He
gotta
clearly
perform.
is not a top quarterback. How do you think the Browns should handle this? Because obviously, do you think that if the Browns don't make not even another deep playoff run, because they did pretty good against, they held their own against the Chiefs last year. Chad Henne basically won the game with the run and then the dump off to Tyreek Hill. But if they don't make a good solid playoff run, I guess,
He's done
do you think
for
they're going to be looking to shop Baker Mayfield?
Yeah, he's done for it, bro.
Because if you're looking at them, they have a top run game, most likely going to be a top offense,
Defense.
new and improved defense.
Yep.
Will they
They
look
have all
at
the
Baker as
pieces.
the problem? Because Kevin
That's the
Stefanski is
only
not the
thing-
problem.
That's the only thing you could point to because the defense looks great, and then the offense looks great.
Their
too.
defense just got way better. Their pass rush is probably top tier, top 5 in the league with Jadeveon Clowney and Myles Garrett. And then they have Odell Beckham, who 7 years ago made the arguably one of the best catches in NFL history. And then Jarvis Landry, who's a good wide receiver too. He's not really a wide receiver one,
He's
but
just
they
very
complement
solid,
each other.
yeah.
He's good. He's solid.
Right. So,
You're right.
and then they have Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb. So, what do you like? If the Browns don't go, they might not even make the playoffs at all.
which is crazy to say.
Which
with that
is
team.
exactly.
Yeah.
Insane.
What do you think can get them over the hump? Because
QB. Imagine
Yeah,
if
he's gonna have to up his
random,
game.
but like if Deshaun Watson was on that team, Super Bowl.
Oh, yes.
That would be.
Hold on.
insane.
That just shows you like how good that roster is.
what are the quarterback free agents next
Like
year?
I'm saying, like Deshaun Watson on that team, like, better than every single team in the NFL.
Yes.
Bucks,
yes.
yes.
Yeah.
That
Like
team would be insane.
So, Ben Roethlisberger, Taysom Hill, Teddy Bridgewater, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Andy Dalton, Nick Foles,
Nothing's better.
Tyrod Taylor, Jacoby Brissett, Josh Rosen, Marcus Mariota, but he's pretty much inconsistent because we
Yeah.
haven't seen much from him.
Is he that much better than Baker Mayfield though? He might not even be better than Baker.
I wouldn't pick Marcus over.
Yeah.
Baker.
No. Mitch Trubisky, who could be revamped after, because he's the Buffalo backup right now. He'd be learning behind Josh Allen, his throwing coach. Mike Glennon, Brian Hoyer, Blake Bortles. So there's not really this. I would take Baker Mayfield pretty much over every
Most
single one of those
yeah.
free agent quarterbacks next year. So I think they might have to sign Baker.
Yeah.
But how are they going to, like, what are they going to pay
I don't
him?
think you can give him top dollar.
They can't.
But
he's
he's
gonna-
asking for that, then move on. Like,
But he's
Right,
gonna, but
right.
then they don't have any good
but I feel like
options.
you don't feel like you can't move on because like he's winning. Like
Yeah.
He's winning them games.
two straight years they've had winning seasons, and
After going 0-16.
from that year before they've won even more games.
Who knows?
Like,
Maybe when the Deshaun Watson stuff dies down, hopefully, and they make a run. at
Oh,
it.
I hope. No, I would still love him on the
insane.
Patriots, but no, I hope the Browns get him if anything. I would want the Bucks,
I mean, obviously, you hope the Patriots get him. if
Yeah,
anything.
of course.
but it's not going to happen
He's
after.
top 3. Now he's top 5.
Deshaun, top 2.
He's top 5.
Mm,
Top
He's
2
better
right now.
He's better than Tom Brady.
he's better than Josh Allen
No, he's better than Tom Brady as future wise. Like you're
Yeah.
talking about future.
as skill right now.
Yeah, but and he's definitely better than Josh Allen. I'm not hearing it.
Aaron
I'm
Rodgers?
He's not better than Aaron Rodgers.
So he's three.
He's three.
He's three. Pat Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers,
Yeah,
Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I'll take.
And
that.
he's stuck on the bummy Houston Texans. And if it wasn't
I'll
for
take that.
him
I'll take that.
getting a massage, then. But
So
yeah,
if you
the
could
Browns.
if you could take any quarterback right now to start a franchise,
Patrick Mahomes.
regardless of age, just anyone.
Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes, but
After that,
I'll gladly
Deshaun
take
Watson.
Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun Watson
I'll
right
gladly
after
take
that.
Deshaun Watson.
After that, Josh Allen. After that, Justin Herbert.
yes.
After that, Kyler Murray.
yes.
Justin Herbert is going to be good. Justin Herbert is, I need to get his Oregon jersey. He is very, very good.
What can Patrick Mahomes do that Deshaun Watson can't though? When you actually think about it.
No, they're the same quarterback. We just have seen
that Chiefs offense.
It's the
Bro,
same
they win
thing.
3.
we just have seen more from Patrick Mahomes, and he's made more
and he
flashy
has
plays.
Andy Reid calling plays for him.
He's
Deshaun
done more
Andy Reid's
flashy
a great
plays.
offensive
Yeah.
player.
Deshaun Watson is very good.
He's disgusting.
He's very good.
Nasty.
They're like the same when you think about it. But well, out of
He
respect,
had
That's
Andy
an-
Reid calling
out,
plays
out,
for
out
him.
of respect.
He had Bill O'Brien calling plays
Yeah,
for
but
him,
again,
bro.
out of
Bill,
respect,
he's the coach
like-
for. Isn't he the Alabama offensive coordinator now or something?
something like that.
Yeah.
But again, out of respect for what's been done recently,
Yes.
you got to give Mahomes a
Yeah,
top
we've
spot,
we've
but-
just seen more from Pat Mahomes.
Yeah.
But yeah, like how you said, if Deshaun
But
Watson was in that
Deshaun
offense,
Watson almost sent him packing 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So. He
Well, they up by
should have
20?
sent him packing,
Yeah.
and we decided to fake punt up by 20. You know? It's okay.
Yeah.
what's gonna happen with Deshaun?
I don't know. I haven't
Where's
heard
he
much
gonna go? Because he's not gonna play with the Texans. If he goes to the Panthers, that could be really good too. But that's a hard division.
I wonder how different it would have been if he never requested a trade.
What do you mean?
Like if he never came out and said he didn't want to play for the Texans.
What do you mean? How different it would have been?
Actually, I take it back. I don't even want to speak on it. I don't want to speak on it.
Yeah, the Browns are interesting though, because they have every single piece. Baker Mayfield is still like I feel like Mac Jones is gonna be like Baker Mayfield. That's how I look at Mac Jones.
I think he's Should be
think
better.
he can be better.
He's better. He has
Are you
better-
saying that because you're a Patriots fan, or you really
No,
believe
Because
it?
I don't
Baker
even like-
Mayfield's meant to be like game manager.
He has a
I
better
don't-
arm than
he
Baker
put up-
Mayfield does.
Yeah, he has a better arm, but I don't. I mean, we can't really say it because we haven't seen him in the NFL
again, we
offense.
haven't
But
seen him
like,
in the NFL, but on the eye test, what can Baker do better than Mac Jones?
no, they're
Absolutely
basically the
not.
same
I
quarterback.
mean, absolutely, they're the same. He's better than him.
I feel like
I don't know.
Baker's not
Baker-
the same as him.
Baker cannot
I don't know.
throw the football that good. He's average.
No, have you seen Baker throw the ball?
He's an average dude.
Have you seen Mac Jones throw the ball?
No.
70% completion.
Yeah, but
What was it?
that's against a
Higher than
college
that. It was
defense.
almost 80.
That's against a college defense. Mac Jones is, I mean, not Mac Jones. Baker. I'll show you after. But there's like
Dude, all he
Baker
does
Mayfield
is hand the ball
is
off.
launching 70-yard bombs consistently.
Yeah.
Do it in game.
He does do it in game.
No, he doesn't. He consistently hands the ball.
All right, not consistent. No.
All right,
No,
guys.
Ryan
Take it
Tannehill.
easy,
Ryan
Garrett.
Tannehill consistently hands off the ball to Derrick Henry.
Sorry,
He-
you can't even lie. He hands off the ball every trip.
Who?
Baker Mayfield.
I mean, if
He-
you had
his
both
running
those
backs
running
almost
backs,
had-
would you not?
If you had an arm, you wouldn't have to.
Exactly. They'd only need one of them.
What's it called? Tom Brady could have did the same thing last year.
Wait, what?
Tom Brady could have did the same thing last year. But he
Yeah,
didn't
Yeah, but
have
Tom
to.
Brady's not Baker Mayfield.
But again, quarterbacks who can throw don't have to rely on that.
Baker Mayfield can throw.
Then
He
why-
can't
not
throw
at
the
an
ball.
elite level,
Then
Dom.
what's making you say that he's
It's
so
not
average?
elite. It's not elite.
What makes you say that Baker Mayfield's so average than if he can throw as good as
Because all he can do is throw the ball. He can't escape the. You think he can escape the pocket and run?
He can escape the pocket more than Mac
he's not-
Jones.
I don't know. It's just tough.
He
one.
can
It's a
escape the
tough one.
pocket. I'm not even gonna lie. He can
He
escape
can.
the
He
pocket
can.
more than Mac Jones.
He
But-
can,
But he doesn't have a better arm.
I
He's
just
not
don't
more
think
accurate
he's
than Mac Jones.
as accurate.
I think Mac Jones. I don't know because we saw him be more accurate against defenses in the NFL that have one or two good players a team,
Right, I
like
feel
one good corner a team.
I feel you.
So it's like, it's just hard. Like, obviously, I hope Mac Jones is better, but as of what I've seen right now, Baker Mayfield and Mac Jones are pretty much the same exact quarterback. And Mac Jones, I don't think he can be. I mean, maybe he can be because he's learning under Bill Belichick and Josh McDaniels, but like, I don't know because I see him as a solid starter, and then I don't see him as an elite quarterback. I just don't. Like, I don't hold him to the same I don't hold him with like. Of the quarterbacks in the draft class, like Trevor Lawrence has obviously the ability to be an elite quarterback. Like in 2 years, he has the ability, like how Justin Herbert was. Justin Fields, we all wanted Justin Fields. Justin Fields was arguably one of the best quarterbacks in this. Obviously, well, he was one of the best. He was going for that number one spot during the college football playoffs. He will be an elite quarterback, but I don't know now because it's Chicago and Chicago. But Mac Jones, I just don't. I don't know. But who do you think the best wide receiver core is in the NFL?
This isn't a topic anymore. AJ Brown and Julio Jones. Next,
You think?
duh. How?
I'm gonna say
Don't say DK and Tyler Lockett.
No.
Don't say Stephon.
no. I
Diggs and
didn't.
Cole
So
Beasley.
honorable mentions. I have a few honorable mentions, and then I have my top 5. So, what's your number one? Titans.
I want to say the Titans.
Let's be real.
So
Yeah.
honorable. I said
Let's
Green
be
Bay.
real.
Green
They
Bay's
have-
an
they have
honorable.
AJ Brown's fresh off a Pro Bowl, and they have one of the best wide receivers of all time coming in. If you say
How's
anything
it
other
not?
than
So
Titans
I
number
said.
one,
So Packers are an honorable with Marquez Valdez-Scantling, Alan Lazard, Devontae Adams.
I feel like
They're
that's
not even honorable.
they're not- I don't
No,
feel like
they're
they're
not.
not top 5.
No, I didn't put them top 5. That's not top
I
5.
thought this was your top.
Dallas Cowboys on another honorable. Michael Gallup, Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb. Giants just got a bunch of new people. Cowboys, Jarvis Landry. I mean, not Cowboys. Browns, Jarvis Landry, Odell, Rashard Higgins. Bills, Diggs, Cole Beasley. Cardinals are not top 5 with Hawkins and AJ Green. Number 5, I have Minnesota
That's fair.
with Adam
Thielen,
Thielen and Justin Jefferson.
Okay.
4, I have the Chiefs. Just because Tyreek Hill and Mecole Hardman. Tyreek Hill is basically the only.
tight ends into this.
No, I
No,
only.
then-
But they get half
How
their
do you-
production from Travis Kelce, who's a tight end. He's not a wide receiver.
Then how do you really put Dom?
But that's
Hill-
where their production.
Hill is
comes from.
carrying
Yeah.
that duo.
But I'm not saying just one wide receiver. I'm saying their whole wide receiver room. That's what I'm
They only
saying.
have
and
one
then
wide
in that
receiver.
case, the Browns is better than that.
Yeah, they only have one legit receiver. I feel.
I don't know. I would take.
And,
I don't know about
and the
Mecole.
Vikings are better than that. Then we're not saying
I'd
the
take the
individual
Vikings
receivers in a
wide
duo.
receiver corps over
The Chiefs,
Yeah.
exactly. No
Yeah.
question
Okay.
about it.
So Vikings 4,
Yeah.
and then 3. I said the Seahawks with
Yup.
DK and Tyler.
That's fair.
2. I said the Titans.
And who did you put
Because
one?
I said the Bucks 1. because
I
they
don't
have
think
Chris
I don't
Godwin,
think Chris
Mike
Godwin
Evans,
is
Scotty
good.
Miller, and Antonio
I
Brown.
don't think Chris Godwin is good as people are hyping him up to me. He's good, but he
I can't believe Dom just
dropped.
said this on
He drops
like Dom, you know,
on
we
national
can
TV,
talk this-
on
talk this out.
DBD
We
Sports.
can talk this
We
out.
can.
This guy-
Again,
this guy-
like I just said, overall, the Buccaneers have 4 solid wide receivers
He's
and have
upset.
the depth.
50,000 on his head is disrespect.
The Titans are great. It's a toss-up between them and this.
Chris Godwin's overrated. He didn't do anything.
I don't
Dropped
know.
a lot of balls. He dropped.
I don't think he's over, but Mike Evans is a great running.
Bro, if Julio Jones is in form and AJ Brown plays like he did last year,
They're the best in the league.
the strong catch that AJ Brown
And guess
makes-
what? They have Derrick Henry.
Yeah,
Scary.
it is scary. You might have changed my
They
mind.
have 3 All-Pro players on the
AJ
same
Brown
roster.
is such a strong receiver. AJ Brown's such a strong
All-Pro
receiver.
players.
Like AJ Brown's such a strong receiver. He's so good at making like tough catches.
He clutched up too last year.
Yeah.
I think the only reason why I put the Bucks over Titans because obviously if you're gonna take AJ Brown and Julio Jones against any two of the Bucks, they're gonna be better. But I just put, huh?
I forgot about Antonio Brown. I'm not even.
Okay,
gonna lie.
okay.
I agree with
Alright.
you, Dom. You can put them 1.
Because
They're either
I
one
would
or
take
two,
I
yeah.
would take
Look,
any
look,
two.
look.
No, I
Yeah.
would take any 2 of the Titans of AJ Brown and Julio Jones over any 2 of the Bucks over Mike Evans and Antonio Brown. I take AJ Brown and Julio Jones. That's what I've been talking about the whole time. They have the most depth and they have 4 solid wide receivers.
but-
Chris Godwin was one of the highest targeted free agents this year.
That's fair, but the reason I still have to disagree is because Antonio Brown wasn't consistent last year. Because Godwin's not good, to be honest. I'm sorry. He's not. He's overrated. So, if we're being completely real here, Scotty Miller was more consistent last year.
And Chris Godwin.
Say I'm wrong. In
No,
clutch moments, who's doing better? It was Scotty Miller.
What? What?
Dude. Okay, you.
It's tough.
Scotty Miller's not better than Chris.
I'm not saying he's better.
It's tough.
Dom, hear me out.
He almost had 1,000 yards in
No,
this time.
but I'm saying
He missed
in
like
clutch
half
time
the
last
game.
year, who's doing better? Dom, please say.
Scotty
please-
Miller.
Please say you
Scotty
understand.
Miller.
No. Scotty Miller played better later on. But overall in the season, Chris Godwin had a better season than Scotty Miller, and you know it. You know he did.
He did, bro.
Scotty Miller
the
shined in the playoffs.
Scotty Miller played good the first 4
In the
weeks.
playoffs,
And then
He
came
played good in the
back
AFC
playoffs.
Championship.
Yeah.
Godwin was not doing anything in the playoffs, bro. That guy was just running around for fun.
He had
But
a good NFC
looking at-
championship. He had a good NFC
Looking
championship.
at the
He made it
question
crazy.
is the wide receiver core. If it was wide receiver duo,
Okay, yeah.
that's
All right.
different.
Then
Wide
we got
receiver
that.
duo, I would put Seahawks 2.
Yeah.
I would put
Okay,
Seahawks
all
2,
right.
Titans 1, and I'd probably put Arizona 4, Minnesota 3. And then the Chiefs aren't even in discussion.
in the top
The
five.
Cowboys would probably be 5.
Yeah.
I would put the Cowboys 5 with CD or Michael Gallup or Amari Cooper. But
We're forgetting
if-
about the Bills though. Low key, they're honorable
so
too.
yeah, no, I would
They
put the
should've been-
Diggs. I'd put
Bro,
Diggs and
take the
Beasley.
Chiefs off the list.
Take the Chiefs off the list.
Get them guys out.
You
of
wouldn't even
here.
put the Chiefs in top
No,
5.
it's not
because
one
it's
guy.
just Hill. It's just
Yeah,
Hill.
that's true.
Yeah,
Okay, so
you
one. Would you put 1 Tampa or Titans?
Titan.
Core.
If we're talking
Core,
about as a whole,
core,
Bucks.
Buccaneers,
The Bucks.
Yeah.
duo,
The Bucks.
Titans, hands down,
Alright,
hands
fair,
down,
fair.
Titans.
We came to agreement. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. God.
Number 1, the Bucks. Number 2, the Titans. Number 3, Seahawks. 4, Vikings. 4, right?
Yeah.
5 Bills or 5 Cardinals, because they have Arizona and AJ Green, and the Bengals have a good wide receiver duo too.
I'll
with
go.
um,
Yeah, I'll go with what you said before.
what's his name?
Not proven
Why
yet,
am I
though.
forgetting his name? Jamar Chase and
What's the other dude's name?
what's his name?
T. Higgins.
Boyd.
T. Higgins.
And
T. Higgins.
Tyler
T. Higgins.
Boyd, right?
Tyler Boyd. Oh, yeah,
Tyler Boyd.
Oh, he is good.
I was thinking. I don't know. I thought of Rashad Higgins, but I'm like,
Yeah.
no, it's not Higgins.
Yeah.
But then it is Higgins.
The
Giants have
Rams
Kenny
have a
Galladay,
good
Sterling
one,
Shepard,
too.
and Kadarius
The
Toney.
Rams have a good one too.
Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods.
That's
They're good. They're
that's
on.
good.
Like they'd be in discussion for duo. If it was a duo, I put Seahawks 2, Titans 1. What about the Bucks?
They don't have a good duo.
Mike Evans and AB.
It's a
That's
collective.
still.
It's a collective.
Who would you put 3? Titans 1, Seahawks 2. Would you put
Vikings, probably.
Vikings 3?
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I might put the Bills. I might have put the Bills
over the
3.
Vikings. I put the Bills.
Vikings
over the
4.
But
What about the
upside of
Chargers?
Justin Jefferson's insane too.
What about the Chargers? Mike Williams and Keenan Allen. Yeah. I think 5 I would put. So, Titans, Seahawks, Bills, Vikings, Cardinals 5?
Yeah.
I don't even know.
It's tough. Yeah.
I don't even
It
know.
could go a lot of different directions. Someone could even argue the Cowboys in there.
You could argue the Steelers too.
Yeah.
Chase Claypool and Juju Smith-Schuster.
Yeah.
You could argue them too.
Who do you argue?
So someone that we're really not talking about for this topic, I did earlier, but Green Bay, Marcus Valdes-Scantling, not Sterling Shepard, Devontae Adams, they're okay.
Yeah.
But there's still some trouble in Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers obviously has not attended OTAs so far this season. Actually, multiple members of the Packers organization have flown out individually from when he was on vacation and at his home in Cali to speak with him one-on-one, just about coming back. But Jordan Love, he's not been having. He's been talking a lot at training. Per Ian Hartitz, he said Jordan Love yelled "Aaron who?" after completing an 80-yard pass.
I don't believe that.
I don't believe he said that. No way.
There's no way.
There's no way he said that.
I don't
I
know.
saw-
How do you
I was
say
like, bro,
that?
what?
How do you say that?
Bro, I think he did.
No,
Dumb.
Bro.
That's what's so
No, then
He's
he
on
came
Mike
out.
Glennon's level right now. He's proven nothing. And you
Mike
think
Glennon's
this man-
proven more.
Exactly.
No, but then he
This
came
man
out. He
hasn't
said
even seen the
he said
field.
he wants to be a starter week 1. Like regardless of the situation, he said he wants to be a starter week 1.
If Aaron Rodgers is on the roster, he's not seeing the field.
He's
He's not even gonna lick the
But
field.
say he does say this, and obviously it came out. So Aaron Rodgers obviously had the possibility to see it. Say he did see it and he was just joking around. How do you think the Packers should feel about him saying that? And if he did say it and it was reported on and it came out.
I mean, you can't get
Because
mad,
you're trying to do everything you
Start
can
hyping
to
stuff up.
bring Aaron Rodgers back.
Yeah.
And then your backup that was just learning behind Aaron Rodgers for 1 year, barely even learned, he's already trash talking. And it's good to trash talk Aaron Rodgers, but you're trash talking Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. Aaron Rodgers.
do you think Aaron Rodgers could have had the chance to hear it and see it, or no?
No, he wasn't there.
No, not like in person, but online.
Oh,
I don't think
definitely
he's
saw
been paying
it.
attention.
But I don't
He
think
probably saw it
I don't-
after.
Yeah, but I don't think he said that.
Yeah.
This
I don't
guy-
know.
I heavily.
How do you say that as a guy who's never even seen the field? You make one throw in
I don't-
OTA
Yeah, I don't believe
versus
it.
your own team.
I don't believe that at
like,
all.
I don't know.
I
I don't know
don't
who the
know.
receiver was because
Like, what do
Devontae
you
Adams and them
prove?
just
Doesn't
started
matter
showing
what it
up.
is. I don't believe it either.
Anyone can make a throw.
You see what Devontae Adams said?
He said it. He has Aaron Rodgers back. Right?
Yeah, he's like I 100% have my quarterback's back, but he's like I'm here for my money. He's like so I need to show up to practice.
Yeah.
Do you think he's gone? If Aaron Rodgers is gone,
Yeah, he'll probably stay 1 year. Yeah.
do you think he would try and meet back up with Aaron?
Probably.
Say Aaron goes to what were the possibilities again? The 49ers and the Broncos. Do you think he would go to Denver?
Yeah. Why wouldn't you?
You think he would?
That's his quarterback. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. But then it's the Chiefs and the Broncos in the same division. Who would win?
The Broncos.
The Broncos. They have the better defense too.
Yeah.
Poor Pat Mahomes. Imagine. Oh, I would love it.
I'd love it.
I'd love it.
And the Chargers still up in there too.
Man,
and the
the
Raiders.
Chargers and the Raiders. That might be the hardest division in the NFL.
If
If
that happens. Yeah.
because then no, I think the Seahawks, Rams, Cardinals, and the Cardinals need to make the playoffs this year.
I don't think they're
If so, I don't think Cliff Kingsbury is the
Oh,
option.
it's so crazy how unfair this division is. It's not even fair. Like they just switched. So
That's
much.
the whole playoff bracket, basically.
It's not even fair, bro. Wait, all four of those teams can make it, right? Or
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
they all did last year except for Arizona and the 49ers didn't.
But that's possible. Like
Yes, they all can make it, but they would all fill up the wild card.
So I mean, only one team from the other.
It'd be the winner of each, and then them three.
Oh.
So I think it'll be Bucks. I don't know. We'll say Washington. And if Aaron Rodgers is there, then the
I think
Packers.
the Bears can make it though. The Bears might make it again.
The Vikings. I'd put the Vikings over them.
No, Vikings. I don't trust their defense and Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, that's true. But Dalvin Cook is still.
Dalvin Cook and Adam Thielen and Justin Jefferson are great,
Yeah, I
but
feel bad for him. Great.
it's
team.
kind of like Dallas, but with a worse quarterback.
Right.
And then I don't even know who's. And then the Rams are gonna win that. And then I think it really might be the whole NFC and then the whole entire NFC West.
I think
Like
so. It's
each
possible.
winner.
Very could be. Very well could be.
So Floyd Mayweather and Logan Paul recently had a fight not too long ago, and it came out the estimated Mayweather made over $100 million just from this fight alone, and earned over $30 million just from the sponsored patches on his shorts, which is insane. But did you guys see the knockout video?
Yes. Yeah.
Did you guys see it?
Held him up.
You guys think he knocked him out?
Yes.
I don't know. I
held
think
him up.
Yeah.
He held him up.
Let me try.
to make more
I
Because
took a
I
picture
saw
of the
that
stats.
if
Hold
you
on.
make it past a certain round, they got even more money. So
Yeah.
I think he made Logan Paul $30 million by just holding him up.
Mm.
And he went from making only $30 million to making $100 million if the fight goes all the way. I saved it, Dom. I have it.
Yeah, I have the video right here.
Look, he holds him up. He's out cold. He's out. He's out.
He's out.
He was out.
I have a picture of the. So
Yo, that's so
He
rigged,
was
bro.
out.
all right, and
That's
people trying to say that Logan Paul won are they're delusional.
Logan Paul just
So
He did go 8
Mayweather,
rounds with one of the greatest fighters.
yeah, but was he really like fighting?
He lost.
No.
He got knocked out. And they held him.
Yeah, he basically lost.
That's crazy. I didn't even see that.
So Mayweather, he went 7 of 14 of his jabs, so obviously 50% of his jabs. And power punches, he landed 36 of 93, so 39% of power. And in total, he hit 43 of 107 punches, so 40% total for his punches. Logan Paul, for his jabs, hit 7 of 73, which is 10% of his jabs. And for power punches, he hit 21 of 144, so 15%. And overall, he
Floyd was
hit...
just like,
Overall, he had 28 of 217 punches thrown in 8 rounds
Yeah, he was
for
surviving.
13% of a total hit.
He was a survivor.
Like, how are people trying to say that Logan Paul won? I don't. Floyd Mayweather after the fight was like, I'm not 21 anymore. I had fun. Blah blah blah. Like he was sweating because he was just fighting. But then Logan Paul over there is like
Looks
no.
messed up,
And
yeah.
everybody was arguing about after the fight. He's like, oh, they're hugging each other. Blah blah blah. When like Logan Paul was just knocked out 2 minutes ago. He probably doesn't even know where he is right now. So obviously he's throwing punches, and Mayweather's just holding him.
He was actually knocked out. That's crazy.
I
wouldn't
think
get in the
if
ring with
Floyd.
him, so I give him credit.
I
would not
no
step in
way.
that ring.
You see, Logan weighed like 34 pounds more than him,
Doesn't matter.
and it was like,
This man's so
Covered.
fat.
how tall is?
I think Floyd is like 5'8".
Yeah, I think Logan Paul's like 6'4".
He's like 160.
Yeah. No, he's 150.
Less.
He's 150.
That's me.
Yeah, I know. I weigh more than Floyd Mayweather.
See, I'm telling you, like sometimes you
If
think
he-
like that, just catfish. Like you think he'd weigh more, but like he's so much in the gym.
If he wanted to, he could have knocked him out in the first round.
Yeah.
He could have. So before we finish off today, I'd like to give a good shout out to the NCAA. They had the Division I championships just this past week for track and field at Oregon. Shout out to on the women's side. Congrats to USC. They had 74 points in first. Texas A&M had 63 points in second. And then in third, Georgia had 37.5. And on the men's side, LSU took home the crown with 84 points. Oregon took second place at 53. And North Carolina A&T, which is an HBCU, got third place at the D1 championships with 35 points, which is amazing. That they've never placed before. Like, I don't think an HBCU has ever placed. And if so, definitely not third, which is amazing. So, yeah, that's all for this week. Let's give it a round of applause. Make sure you guys follow us on all of our socials. Like always, everything at DBD Sports Show. Thank you guys so much for listening, watching. We'll see you guys next week.
See ya.